Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. Should see some great battles out of these two next on the show. Jake Arrieta is on the mound for Game 2. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, good thing for him that he's pitching at home. ERA has been great when he's toiling in his own ballpark.
Colton Wong heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Second baseman, Colton Wong.
Hit to third. Bryant is up with it, and he's retired here, one away. And now a shot of the Cardinals starting lineup is set by Mike Matheny. Steve, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, you know, they rely so heavily on stringing hits together. They haven't had a lot of extra base hit power. They need more of that if they're going to be successful on a daily basis.
Stephen Piscotty will stand in, and as you take a look at the splits there, he's actually a better hitter against right-handed pitching this season. In there, strike one. EK, as we look at the Cubs entering play here tonight, they were losers last time out, but still in a decent groove as they'd won 4 of 5 prior to that.
And they've got themselves a pretty good-sized lead in the division coming into play. Certainly not out of reach yet, but they've got to be pretty comfortable with where they're sitting at this point in the year.
There to take it is Fowler as that becomes out number 2. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, the last place you want to hit the ball against this team, right field. He won the Gold Glove Award last year. He can go get him with the best of anyone.
Matt Carpenter will get his first shot here. Couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Well, this guy's hitting over 300 on the year now, and he had a good performance yesterday as well.
And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. You got to figure that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
Arrieta's got his target. Here it is on 0-1. Chop foul over towards the dugout. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Hit to first. Rizzo is there, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Cardinals. It's the Cardinals 0. Cubs coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Mike Leake is on the mound for the Cardinals. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, something to watch for. He's thrown extremely well this year on the road, so I expect a good ball game out of him.
Well, there you see Dexter Fowler as he'll be the one to commence the action in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one. And Eric, as we take a look at the Cardinals entering play here tonight, they come in winners of 2 straight, and they've been playing some good baseball as well.
And they got a great pitching performance in the opener of this series, so if they could get anything comparable here or the rest of this road trip, you can bet they'll take it.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
And that's his strikeout pitch right there. You know, you'll see a lot of guys swing right over the top of that one. That's a great job there just to hold off.
Tried to shoot the corner, and he missed it. 2-2.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So Now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
And the sinking fastball, called strike 3, and that's out number 1. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Yeah, you know, I'm hoping to see Jason Hayward turn it around. Coming off a terrible month at the plate in which he hit less than 200. Hopefully turning the page on the calendar will help snap him out of this slump.
Jason Hayward will stand in, and he wasn't alone in wearing the collar in last night's ball game in which the team could muster all of 1 run.
Well, he had a little bit of a rough one yesterday, but this is a guy they're counting on. He's driven in 9 runs over his last 10 games.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Piscotty on the move, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Bounced weakly near the plate. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding on.
Belted high and deep into right center. Grichuk racing back at the track. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away. And with that, a look at the defense for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, we're going to talk about Yadier Molina defensively. We can just get to the gold gloves. Just a multitude of those. He's so soft behind the plate. He gets his pitchers a lot of pitches. He shuts down a running game. Very cerebral as well as far as setting up hitters. I don't know if the game has seen a better defensive catcher.
Into the windup and the pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2. Time for a look at the umpires working this one. Behind the plate is Darryl Parker.
Well, overall, Parker is a solid umpire, but I have seen sometimes when there was some inconsistency calling the corners. As a pitcher, it seems he doesn't always give you the same spot when it's on the block.
Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
Well, that's a pitch right there that you've got to lay off. You know he's going to throw it on an 0-2, and that's a good job of pitch recognition right there.
Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2. Two out, nobody on. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And Carpenter will make the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. After 1, no score. Matt Holliday will lead things off in the inning for St. Louis, and he'll be followed by Yadier Molina, who waits on deck.
Matt Holliday.
And here's a called strike to the 36-year-old veteran. It's 0-1. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Arrieta gets the sign. Looking for the strikeout here on 0-2. hit hard on the ground towards second. And this gets through into right, so he turns the 0-2 count into a leadoff base hit.
With some guys, it doesn't matter if it's 0-2 or 2-0. They take the same approach either way. Well, this right here is one of those guys, and he comes through from being down in the count.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. As he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. Zobrist back to first, and they'll get the slow-footed Molina. It's a double play.
Boy, that's the great thing about having a good sinker, and it seems like a lot of times, even when guys do get a hit off of you, the next guy's going to come up and ground into a double play anyway. We've seen it before, and that's exactly what happens here.
Here's Matt Adams now. Yes, he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. He'll enter play here at 293. 9 homers and 30 RBIs. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And Rizzo able to make the catch, and the inning is over. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Anthony Rizzo strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
Hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Grichuk ranging back. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run. A solo home run here for Anthony Rizzo. Number 21 for him on the season. And the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
And about the only silver lining to this one from a defensive standpoint is the fact that it came with the bases empty leading off an inning. So you can survive it when this guy's hitting just solo shots. It's when he's doing his damage with 2 or 3 guys on base that things can really get out of hand in a hurry.
Ben Zobrist gets his first shot now, and he's working on a modest 5-game hitting streak. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Lays off 1-0.
And if he wants to turn things around, that's a pitch that he's going to need to start locating better.
And, ooh, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1.
Tonight, borderline calls, you got to be swinging.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. No outs, nobody on. And another foul ball. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's a good location for that cutter with 2 strikes. He's either got to take that and hope it's a ball, or he's got to foul that thing off.
Ball 3. 3-2 now. Kyle Schwarber will be next. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
Batting sixth, left fielder,
Kyle Schwarber will stand in. A big power threat here, to say the least. Currently third in home runs in the National League.
Boy, this guy's having a big year putting up the power numbers. Certainly going to help him out when it comes to negotiating that new contract at the end of the year.
Here comes the first pitch. And that's in there for strike one. And there is the full list of home run leaders we alluded to a moment ago. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Now, he's probably lucky he didn't make contact on that one.
Nobody out, runner on first. And now a curveball as he's got to lean out of the way. That one nearly got him.
You worry a little about things snowballing from here?
Well, you know, these are two teams that don't traditionally care for each other too much, so we've seen this go south before.
One and two, here it comes. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Got to be careful here with a run in already. You don't want to let one get away from you and lose the possibility of a double play.
A runner at first with no outs here. And a breaking ball runs in and gets him. And I doubt there was any intent behind that.
Certainly plenty of break to this thing, but clearly a little too much as this sweeps all the way in and gets him.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero, as he'll chase one up around the letters here for strike one. He'll check in with an average still south of 230, 7 homers, and 11 RBIs. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one.
Yeah, he just chased out of the zone on that first pitch. This time he started to, but he wisely pulled it back.
Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, right over the top of that one. Double play ball would be a killer here, so he's got to find something he can square up.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2. First and second here with nobody out. And that misses, so it's a full count, 3-2. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. Ready with the payoff pitch. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
Yeah, and this has been the big concern with this guy over the last couple seasons. He's prone to getting hurt by the base on balls. Already that's 2 walks here in the early going, and that's something that he's going to need to get a handle on pretty quick.
Tommy La Stella has a great opportunity now to break this game wide open as he comes to the plate with the bases loaded.
Yeah, and sure, he's been watching closely here, Matt. Always feels great to get some run support from your guys.
There's a first pitch curveball trying to come back to the outside corner. Didn't get it that time. It's ball one.
You cannot let this situation get any worse. You got to be thinking strikeout or ground ball. Even if you allow 1 run to score in this inning, that would be a major victory.
1-0 pitch on the way. That evens it up 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Now the pressure will really start to mount out there. That strike zone's going to feel like it's the size of a soup can right
now. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. Peralta for 1. On to first, and it's a double play, although the run does come in to score from third.
Well, you know, nothing kills a rally quite like a double play ball. But this is a double whammy. You've got a double play with the bases loaded and nobody out. They do get 1 run here, but it comes at a pretty hefty price.
Standing in now, Jake Arrieta. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1.
That's not a sight you want to see this early as a starting pitcher. 40 pitches already.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. On the ground near home. Molina scoops it up, throw on to first, and they're able to escape the monster inning as the side is retired. I have to imagine there's a full moon tonight, judging by this bunch. Back with more here on a Tuesday night after this. Johnny Peralta leads it off here. Bottom third of the order set to go here in the third.
Well, he's faced the minimum so far, and obviously it's still early, but they need to get something going because you can't let this guy settle in out there.
Arrieta's ready. Here's the first pitch. In there at the knees as he offers a strike to the leadoff man. 0-1. Swinging a soft liner. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
Well, you know, he's shaking his head a little bit there down at first base. He knows he got a gift base hit right there. All this is a little looper. It barely even reaches the outfield grass. I don't even think it bent the grass when it hit the ground. But it's good enough to sneak by those 2 middle infielders and into center field for a hit.
Rendell Grichuk will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
Jeez, finally. That's the first ball they've taken all night. About time, boys.
Nobody out, runner on first. Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
One and one, here it is. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded back up the middle. To second for 1. On to first, and it's another double play. Already 2 of them here in the first 3 innings so far.
As far as pitchers go, it seems like you're never far away from working out of danger if you've got that good sinking fastball. Here he's going to start this pitch right in the strike zone and then let it bear straight down. And at the plate, it's tough to do anything with it but hit it on the ground.
Stepping in now, Mike Leake, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1.
And I think he'll keep riding that pitch until these guys prove they can do something with it.
2 out, nobody on. And he falls behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Redbirds down quietly. They trail it here 2-0. Dexter Fowler digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
First pitch of the at-bat. Bounce to first. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
The right fielder, number 22.
So with 1 gone here in the inning, it's time to check out the Cubs' upcoming schedule so you can plan your week around staying at home and watching Cubs baseball here with us. Jason Hayward is at the plate now, flied out in his first at-bat. First pitch here is a sinker that runs a bit too wide. It's ball 1. And the sinker is over here, and that evens things at 1. One out, nobody on. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
And they know full well the threat that this guy poses. So even down 3-1, I can't imagine he's going to get anything that he can drive right here.
Hot shot on the ground is short. Peralta's there on to first, and there are 2 down.
Two more ground outs, and that's the product of throwing that sinker. Just about every time you swing at it, you're either going to hit the top of it or miss it altogether. And if you do hit it, you're going to be killing all the worms out there in front of home plate.
Chris Bryant in now, hopped out in his first trip. Swing and a miss as he was way in front of that one.
Trying to jump on that first pitch changeup. That's a good pitch there to start this AB.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Cubs are down in order. They're up 2-0. Leading off the inning, Colton Wong, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. Chop foul right at home plate. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Well, he's had a lot of guys swinging at pitches out of the strike zone early on, so it's a great idea to go ahead and bounce one there on 0-2.
And he'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Well, I'd be surprised if they go back to the curve again on 2-2. He's had a couple of pretty good looks at it at the plate.
Arrieta into the windup. 2-2 on its way home. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. To short, hit hard. And it's through for a base hit. They'll have the leadoff man aboard to start the inning.
Yeah, nothing too special about a ground ball single up the middle here, but if you keep putting the ball in play like they've been doing, good things have a tendency to happen. We'll see if this gets them started.
Striding into the box, Stephen Piscotty. He flew out in his last at-bat. He's set. Here it comes. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. Looks at a sinker there that drops in 1-1. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Oh, looked like he was towing an anchor there. 1-2.
And that may be the pitch that he'll remember from this at-bat. When he's hot, he doesn't miss that.
And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. Every time he takes a hill, this ball club has a great chance to walk away with a W. We'll see if he can wrap up another one for him here in this one.
Here's the first pitch to him. Snap throw from the catcher. And again, he's back in safely. Runner goes for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Short hop, but they got him. Great pick and tag to catch him trying to steal.
And you know, sometimes this guy doesn't get a lot of applause for his work behind the plate, but mainly because his offense is so good. But this throw is right on the money down to second as he guns his man down.
Chopped weakly to the left. Zobrist is there. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. They trail things here 2-0. Anthony Rizzo is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
First baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
Bounce to the right into the loaded up infield. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
The shortstop, number 18, Ben Zobrist.
Into the box, Ben Zobrist. He scored after reaching on a walk in his first at-bat. Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
Sometimes all it takes is just one call to go against you, like that one right there, and then you get yourself out of your own rhythm. You got to be able to put that behind you and move on.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's the cold strike he was looking for. 2-2 now. Bases are empty, one man out. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
Boy, and he's come out with a plan against these hitters, and he's executed that plan to perfection here early on. That's 7 in a row now he's set down.
Into the box now, Kyle Schwarber. He's got to be looking for vengeance after getting plunked in his last at-bat.
Yeah, I wonder if he rubbed it.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First pitch curveball runs in a bit too tight. It's ball 1.
And after getting hit in his first at-bat, he's got to be saying, look, enough with the inside pitches already.
Here's a 1-0 cutter that's low, 2-0. Three and 0 now.
I think at this point, a 2-out walk isn't the worst thing in the world. You'd like to avoid it if you can, but this can be a dangerous spot if you just groove one.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Oh, high, deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Number 21 for him on the season, and the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. Hit hard toward the right side. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. Around first, on his way to second now. Around second. He'll try for third. The relay throw, and he is in there.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Tommy
Yeah,
Listella.
you get a look at this swing. You'll see him go down and hook it just fair down that right field line, and once this ball kicks around in the corner a bit, he decides to turn on the jets and gets into third with 3 bases.
Here's Tommy Listella now, as he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. We played 4. It's 3-0 Chicago. Matt Holliday will lead things off in the inning for St. Louis, and he'll be followed by Yadier Molina, who waits on deck.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
Well, nothing wrong with that. As much as it pains me to say, the pitchers have the right to work inside.
Swing and a liner, but this will be foul. Slider, and he touches 90 with that one. It's 1-2.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. Hayward sprinting after it, and foul. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders.
Well, it's just business as usual for him, Matt. He leads the National League in that category. So far this year, nobody's had an answer for his stuff. He's been dominant. Not only that, but the defense behind him has been rock solid as well.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. High and deep to left center field. Back goes Fowler, still ranging back. Gone! So a solo shot here to left center field. And the Redbirds are on the board. It's now a 3-1 game.
And even though this is only one run, this is important. Not just because it gets them on the board, but also because they needed something to get the dugout going a bit. Give them some life.
Here's Matt Adams now.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well hit, but right into the teeth of the shift. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And a good effort on the recovery throw, but it never really had much of a shot. And I'd be surprised if that's not an infield single. And hold on a minute now. It looks like we may see that last call challenged here. The call on the field was safe, but it was definitely a bang-bang play and tough for us to tell at full speed.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but here's one more look at it right here. Tough to tell for sure from that angle. We'll have to wait and see what the signal is from the dugout.
And it looks like a no from the bench, so they will not challenge the play, and the call will stand with the runner safe at first base. Here's Johnny Peralta now. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Arrieta sets. Here's the 0-1. That misses to the Cardinal shortstop, and it's even at 1-1.
And you know, he's been the beneficiary of most of the calls here tonight, but I think that's one that he thought he should have had.
Halfway to 100 pitches, here it is. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. Rizzo will get there as he's able to tuck this one away just past the first base dugout for route number 2.
Now batting, the center fielder, Randall Grichuk.
Randall Grichuk will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. And that'll get down out there near the wall.
And he's not stopping as third base coach Jose Oquendo's waving him in. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Yeah, 1 run scored earlier in the inning, and now here's a second man coming home to score all the way from first on the double. He makes him pay here with 2 outs. That could be a big at-bat.
Into the box now, Mike Leake, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And you can't make this easy on him right here. At least make some contact and force him to make a play.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 3 and the Cardinals 2. Jake Arrieta comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Pitcher, Jake Arrieta.
In there at the knees, strike 1.
And this is a really important inning for him right here. Your guys go out there and get you a couple runs. You want to throw up a 0, come back in, and see if they can't get you some more.
And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
Hey, give him credit up there. He's going to take his hacks.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
And that changeup's not really a pitch you can sit on with 2 strikes. Because if he gives you that fastball, you'll be an hour late on it. That's a great job of not showing that pitch until he was ready to punch him out.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Tap fouled at home plate. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Cubs to this point. Chop to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
The right fielder, number 22, Jason Hayward.
Jason Hayward will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far. Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. First delivery to him on the way. Chopped at the plate, but it gets fouled. Swing and a little tapper, but that one rolls foul. 5th inning of play here in a 3-2 ball game. Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Frozen on strike 3 for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they still lead it 3-2. Colton Wong will stand in to start things off as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just one hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Sinker to open the AB in there for strike 1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. That's on the corner to put him behind now. 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Now batting.
You get a look there at his pitch breakdown so far. Well, that sinker of his is a great weapon to have, and he picked the right spot to use it there.
Stephen Piscotty will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. First pitch on its way. Hit well on the ground to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Third baseman number 13, Matt Carpenter.
Matt Carpenter will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. He's got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1.
That's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
One 1-0 pitch is a sinker swung on and missed. 1-1. Good take there, and it's 2-1 now to the St. Louis third baseman.
Yeah, and on 2-1 right now, you gotta figure this guy's wound up for the fastball here. Maybe you come with the breaking ball here out of the zone and hope he goes after it.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no 1-2-3 inning here. They've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
And you know what? You hate giving up walks, but with a 1-run lead and a guy like this up there, better to put him on first than to challenge him and give him a shot to tie the ball game.
Matt Holliday will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. And he is back safely at first, and that was almost trouble. Oh, and 1, here it comes. Hit out towards second. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for the Cardinals. Still a 3-2 ball game. Chris Bryant will get settled in here as the Cubs look to get it going in their half of the 6th.
Chris Bryant.
Leak gets the sign. Here comes the first pitch. Here's a first pitch slider that just tails out of the zone. It's ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Hit slowly back to the mound. And he's set down, 1 away.
Yeah, and that's not always an easy play for a pitcher, especially when he has to barehand the ball. But luckily, he's got plenty of time out there, so he's able to set himself and then make a good, strong throw.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
And he misses with it. 1-1. A lot of balls down in the zone in the last inning or so.
And I think that's in response to getting bit by those 2 home run balls. He might be a little leery of challenging guys right now, and I don't blame him. Keep it down there.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. High in the air and deep to left center field. Holliday going back, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
Pretty lucky here defensively that this winds up only a double. You see the leap, maybe a little missed time there as it gets over his head, but fortunately, he's got back up the field this thing and get it in quickly. That backup's late in getting there. These are the kind of plays you see inside the Parker zone.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. As he'll line this one foul to the right side out of play. It's strike 1. Drilled to the right side, and that is into right field, a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Well, that base hit is going to get his hit streak to 6 games now, so he's swinging it.
There goes Cardinal manager Mike Matheny on his way out to the mound, and that means that's going to do it for starter Mike Leake. So he'll depart after 5 1/3 innings of work and with no shot to win the decision. Number 39 will come in and pitch now.
For St. Louis, number 39.
Kyle Schwarber will be the first to greet him here, as he'll do so with runners at the corners and only one out.
And now he gets to face some fresh meat. He's already got one homer in this game, remember.
Looking to keep this a one-run game. That's yanked into the stands, strike one. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Ready with the 0-2. Now a half swing, but it's strike three anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number 2.
Well, that's all about playing the percentages there. They bring the left-hander out of the bullpen to get the better matchup, and he obliges with the big strikeout.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. As a good changeup will get him to commit too early, and it's strike one. Tough spot here for a left-handed hitter, facing a guy that's exceptionally tough on lefties.
Yeah, you generally get so many at-bats against right-handed pitching. Now you're in a good RBI spot, and you're stuck facing a guy like this.
Sent on the ground out to second, and the two-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Cubs strand a couple, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front, and before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Yadier Molina is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
Well, this has been a great game so far, and they're only down by 1, so getting this leadoff guy on would be huge for them.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Sinker stays outside and is behind now 2-0.
And down by a run, a leadoff walk would certainly help the cause. He's got to shrink that strike zone here and not chase anything that he shouldn't be swinging at.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Set to deliver on 2-1. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Two and two count. Here it comes. Third foul ball in a row, and this is turning into a pretty good at-bat. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Fowler has a beat on it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now as this game goes along, you have to wonder whether or not this will be his last inning of work. He's due to bat second when their turn comes around.
Matt Adams will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. Lifted in the air to right field. Hayward giving chase. Makes the play, and there are two gone now.
Now batting, shortstop
Johnny Peralta will stand in. He's singled and popped out in his first two at-bats. Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike one.
Oh, he's really kept himself in the game here by throwing first pitch strikes to about 70% of the batters he's faced. That's kept him in the ball game and kept his team in the ball game.
Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. Oh, he squares up the slider that time, and it's into left center for a base hit.
Yeah, tying runs on base now with 2 outs, and who knows? If this next guy can put one in the gap, we could have ourselves a tie ball game.
So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Rendell Grichuk. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that he doesn't try to do too much here. Just keep that line moving. Do something productive and give the next guy a chance as well.
Hayward is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Cards leave 1. They're down 3-2. Tommy La Stella steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
Second baseman, Tommy La Stella.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Runs up and gets this one down. Carpenter is up with it. Throw will not be in time as a perfect bunt there nets him a base runner to lead off the inning.
That may have been one of those situations where you wonder if he's not going to be able to throw him out at first. Maybe that's one where you try and see if that would have gone foul.
Matt Caesar will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out.
Caesar.
Out in front of it, strike 1. A 1 pitch on its way. Line to the right side. And this continues right on through him as he couldn't knock it down. And he is in there.
Well, you know, they're scoring this one a base hit, but I'm not so sure I agree with that. Here it is again. Really not that tough a play, and you probably should have been able to get 2 on this play, but instead, it skips right by him. And if they're passing out hits like that, give me a bat.
Dexter Fowler will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far.
Yeah, guys, not really providing the spark that they usually hope to get out of him. Maybe he can make something happen right here.
He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. 1-0 count. Here it is. 2-0.
Boy, he better get it back together here with 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Came with a circle change 2-0, but he can't make contact. 2-1.
Boy, and a great 2-0 pitch there. Got him thinking fastball. And this looked like a fastball out of his hand, but it turns out to be a real effective changeup instead.
Line toward the gap in left center. And that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's 4-2. And the throw's offline a bit as it gets by him at third. And not in time as the second run scores. So chalk that one up as an E6, and he really can't believe it out there.
Jason Hayward.
Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Kevin Segrist will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7th spot in the lineup following the double switch. Jed Jerko will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch.
Number 3, Jed Jerko.
Jason Hayward stands in, was locked up on strike 3 in his last trip.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
Trying to lay one down here, but he misses strike one. Trying to bunt here, but this winds up hitting him. And they're going to say that he went after it. A strange strike two. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Oh, classic strikeout pitch there on 0-2. It's one he loves going to, but great recognition there at the plate to lay off.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Swing and a miss, and that's a much-needed first out there.
I love this pitch right here. Just an elevated fastball with 2 strikes. Nothing much to it. He just says, this is just a good old country fastball, and he runs it right by him.
Chris Bryant will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
And now the Cardinals get the bullpen working here. Both a lefty and a right-hander have stood up.
First offering on its way. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. 1 out and a runner on second base. Scorched to third. Throw gets him, 2 down.
First baseman number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo steps in and perhaps looking to drive another one out of the park just like he did in the second. Oh, now a ball hit up the middle, and it's going to get on through into center field for a base hit. In to score is the runner from third, and that will stretch the lead to 4 now.
And you wonder if maybe this one is the one that finishes things off. That's going to make this a 6-2 game now. And with time running short, 4 runs might be just a little too much to make up the way they've swung the bats.
Ben Zobrist steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy. And it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
This crowd likely in the 40,000 range. They've got to like what they've seen so far.
Oh, and it's been a complete performance. They need to find a way to bottle this up and keep it going.
Not close. It's 2-0.
I think he's letting this situation get the better of him out there. But you have to have a short memory if you're a relief pitcher. You can't dwell on what just happened.
2-0 count, and the pitch. Pretty good cut there, but it's to 2-1 now.
Well, he'll lean pretty heavily on that fastball. Why not? It's a big one.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Grichuk moves over, and that ends the inning. So they pick up 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Cubs 6 and the Cardinals 2. Jed Jerko will stand in now as he'll be getting his first plate appearance in this one here in the 8th. Clayton Richard will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
Number 33, Clayton Richard.
Leading off the inning, Jed Jerko. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. Hit hard down the line toward the coaching box. It's a foul ball. set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Set to deal on 2-2. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. One thing that man right there will not tolerate, leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out. 8th inning now from Wrigley. Cubs lead in front of their home faithful as you get a look at the line score to see how we got to this point. Colton Wong will step in. A ground out victim as last time. Hit hard up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
Boy, I'll tell you, these are the scary ones for a pitcher. This is going to give you a pretty good angle right here because this ball is hit so hard, and it's just about right at him. I mean, there's no time to do anything out there. He's pretty lucky that one didn't get him because it would have taken his head off.
Stephen Piscotty will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Runners on first with 1 down. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
Well, this is a good fastball spot for him now, and keep in mind, he's got a big hole on that right side of the infield.
And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away.
Third baseman, number 13, Matt Carpenter.
Matt Carpenter stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here.
You certainly love a one-pitch pop-out in that spot. Yeah, that's like a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Stepping in, Matt Holliday. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. And this is low, ball 1. Danger here, as this is a guy who can make this a one-run game.
And if he does, make him do it out to right field. I wouldn't give him anything he can pull.
Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. A good tailing fastball for a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. 2 down, runners at first and second. Hit on the ground to short. Zobrist has it. On to first, and the Redbird rally goes for naught as that ends the inning. Cards strand a couple. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Kyle Schwarber gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the fourth.
Kyle Schwarber.
Grounded to the right. Wong has it. A quick out number one.
The batter, catcher, Miguel Montero.
Miguel Montero steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Into the seats, 0-1. And it's quickly 0-2. One out, nobody on. And he'll take the fastball here inside off the plate. It's 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to, as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now.
The batter,
You know,
number 2.
it seems like every time we check these out in show motion, it always looks like the bat breaks the plane. Look here, sure enough, I don't think he holds up in time. Looked to me like that was the right call.
Here's Tommy La Stella now. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike one. 2 out, nobody on. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
That's lifted the other way out to left. After it is Holiday. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Cubs are down in order. They lead it 6-2. Back here in Chicago with a great view of downtown as we're set here to start the 9th inning from Wrigley Field. Yadier Molina is into the box now. He hit one over the wall back in the 5th.
Yadier Molina.
Pitch on the way. Grounded to third. On to first, and the throw goes right by him.
Now batting.
You know, this is one of those cases where you have to know who your runner is out there. I mean, this is not exactly Ichiro busting down the line. He's got plenty of time to make this play, but he fires wildly, and they're going to hit him with an error.
Pedro Strop will get the assignment on the mound here as he'll enter with the runner at first and nobody out.
Pedro Strop.
Matt Adams will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher as he'll do so with the runner at first and nobody out.
When you're 0 for 3 in a game already, I think you're really happy to see a new pitcher in this ballgame. Maybe something will change for him.
And he will hasten his way back to first where he's in there safely. This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
Smoke toward the hole. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
We got some life here now in the ninth inning. First and second now. And, hey, one more base runner. You're going to bring the tying run to the plate. And we've seen stranger things happen.
Brian Pena will get a chance to swing the bat here, and he'll do it in a good spot as he has runners at first and second and nobody out in the inning. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. None out, runners at first and second. Grounded up the first baseline. Oh, and he takes his eye off it there as it goes right past him into right. And no sense risking anything here as the bases will be loaded now with still nobody out.
And here, I think he's trying to get his hands into position to get rid of this ball quickly to second base. But instead, he doesn't even get any leather on it as it goes right by him for an error.
Rendell Grichuk will stand in now. And, hey, give these guys credit. They're not going down without a fight.
I'll tell you what, they're not too far away from making a game out of this one after all.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Hector Rondon is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Hector Rondon.
Rendell Grichuk will stand in against the new pitcher, and he couldn't ask for a better scenario as he stands in with the bases loaded and nobody out. Rondon's ready. First pitch on the way. And that misses inside 1-0. Bases loaded here, nobody out. That's inside 2-0.
Well, he's starting to put himself into a no-win situation. Obviously, you don't want to walk home a run, but you can't just throw a cookie in there because he could bring in 4 with one swing.
And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1.
Yeah, definitely taken all the way. Not a bad idea with the bases loaded.
In there, and it's even now, 2-2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Shot toward right center, and that's in there. Base hit. And the run is in to score from third. It's now a 6-3 contest.
Well, apparently, they still got a pulse here. A run is in to score on the base hit, and now, with another hit or two, they could really make this interesting.
Jed Jerko has the bases loaded in front of him, so a real opportunity for him to chip away at that 3-run deficit they're working with right now.
And it's all right there for him. A lot of pressure on this at-bat on both sides, but you got to love the drama if you're watching it.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
That's not a bad idea right there. Take a pitch. Make sure you get a good look at him and what he's throwing.
Tight spot. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Hard liner toward short. So this is pulled in by the shortstop.
Oh, tough break right there with the bases loaded. He made good contact on that pitch. Great contact, really. And he waffled this thing. Unfortunately, he hit it right at somebody, or that might have been 2 runs. The old dreaded atom ball.
Colton Wong will stand in as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And now you can go for 2 up the middle here with 1 away. It's a little riskier, but it is an option.
Grounded to third. This could be 2. Bryant's got it. There's 1 on to Rizzo, but a little slow in developing as they'll just get the 1 out.
Well, I'm a little surprised that he wouldn't come home with this ball. That's always going to be a tough turn at second for the double play, and you know you're only going to get 1, so why not take the lead runner at home to save yourself a run?
Now time is called, and a bit of a curious decision here to say the least, as we'll get a pinch runner at third here. Don't know if something's wrong or what. Stephen Piscotty makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he'll put this one away without much trouble, and the Cubs have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
Well, that's a good all-around performance, and hey, look at it this way. They're 1-0 here to start the summer off as they get it started with a W.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. An entertaining game all in all, so if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no question he was a tough out up there. You see the 3 hits, including a home run. Without him in the lineup, I think this might have been a different story.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Cubs win this one 6-4. Good night from Chicago.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs, 6 runs, 9 hits.